Every night in the world's jungles, there's a secret battle. When the sun sets, a new predator awakens. Sharp eyes glow in the dark. Silent paws move through the underbrush. And powerful wolves take their first steps of the night. They are hunters, but tonight will be different. In the heart of the jungle, a predator roared in rage. It wasn't the angry snarl of a rival beast. It was something far worse, a sound of pain and humiliation. This was the roar of a leopard, a hunter brought to its knees. But why? A few hours earlier, a leopard was moving through the undergrowth. His golden coat blended perfectly with the dappled sunlight. The leopard was beautiful and deadly. It was hunting. Then suddenly, something caught its paw. The leopard yelped. He tried to pull away, but something was stuck fast. A thorn, a large, spiky ball, had lodged in his paw, and the leopard couldn't free himself. The thorn seemed to stick deeper into his paw with each movement. The leopard tried to bite it off, but he only succeeded in pushing it further in. The thorn went right into the flesh. As the leopard struggled, a bird swooped low. It chirped loudly, pointing its beak toward the trapped animal. More birds joined in, circling overhead. Soon, a small crowd of screeching birds watched with amusement as the leopard struggled in vain. The leopard looked up, furious. But instead of chasing away the birds, he tried to bite the thorn deeper into his paw. Suddenly, the thorn broke off and fell to the ground. It had been hollow. Small insects poured out of the gap in the leopard's paw. Dozens of them flew away, but most fell to the ground, crashing into leaves and branches. At first, the leopard felt nothing. Then a prickling sensation spread through his paw. He shook his leg, but it was too late. These weren't ordinary insects, they were bees. They had stung him. One by one, more and more bees flew out of the torn thorn. They buzzed angrily and stung the leopard again and again. The leopard thrashed and roared. He bit at his paw, trying to stop the searing pain. He ran into the forest, crashing through bushes and leaping over logs. But the bees followed, stinging and biting until the leopard collapsed. He was done. He couldn't go on anymore. His whole body burned and ached. He struggled to breathe. Just as the leopard lost consciousness, a familiar sound reached his ears. It was a sound he knew well, but usually it meant safety. It was the chirp of an owl. Owls were nocturnal. They didn't hunt during the day. The leopard had often sought refuge in a nearby tree when the sun was high and he had to hide. The owls were harmless. They ate the same prey, but they hunted at night. Yet now, in his weakness, the leopard could feel only terror as the owls drew closer. Their sharp beaks and cruel talons could easily finish him off. But then the bees stirred. As if sensing danger, they rose from the unconscious leopard and formed a buzzing cloud around him. They chased the owls away. The leopard panted, barely alive. But the bees weren't finished with him. One last thing they had to do. First, the bees built a wall around the leopard. With their bodies, they sealed off his den. No other animal could enter. Then they crawled over the leopard, stinging him once more. It was a mercy killing. They killed him quickly and without pain. The leopard was dead. His bright eyes dimmed forever. His powerful muscles grew cold. The bees had won. They had defended their territory and their home. They didn't care that they had killed a leopard. What happens next, though, surprised even them. For while the bees sealed the leopard's den, a pair of glowing eyes emerged from the darkness. A wolf padded forward, its fur blending with the shadows. Another wolf joined it, then a third. Soon, a whole pack surrounded the den. Why did the wolves come? The wolves had smelled the leopard. They knew he was there. But they hadn't come to fight. The leopard was too big and too strong. There was no point in attacking such a formidable foe. Yet now, the wolves smelled something else. It was the smell of fear, of pain, and most importantly, of death. Leopards were the wolves' main prey, and this leopard had been injured and unable to defend himself. It was the perfect meal. The wolves pushed past the bees, ignoring their angry buzzes and bites. They wanted the leopard, and nothing could stop them. The bees were helpless. They were brave, but against wolves, there was no victory. The wolves tore the leopard apart. They dragged him out of his den and tore his body to shreds. Soon, nothing remained of the mighty leopard but torn scraps of fur, a few shattered bones, and a growing pile of empty shells where the bees had died defending their home. The wolves ate, but it wasn't a peaceful meal. You see, while the wolves tore the leopard's body apart, a new sound cut through the night, a sound that froze the wolves in their tracks. What was this sound? Why did it scare the wolves so much? The answer came in the form of a tigress. She stepped out of the trees, her orange and black stripes glowing in the moonlight. Her eyes blazed like fire, staring straight at the wolves. The tigress snarled. She was the queen of the night. The wolves wanted to flee, but they were scared of something else. They had killed the leopard, yes, but they had also eaten it, and the leopard's last meal had been a young deer. And the deer's mother hadn't died. She was watching. The deer's mother was a tigress. Now, she stood before her daughter's killer. The wolves wanted to run. They didn't want to fight a tigress, but it was too late. She wouldn't let them go. She pounced, her claws flashing, and the wolves scattered. Now, the tigress joined the feast. As the first rays of dawn crept through the trees, the the jungle grew quiet. Only a few scattered birds dared to chirp. Most animals were hiding. They had watched the night's events unfold and they were afraid. There had been a battle for the ages. A leopard, a tigress, a pack of wolves, and countless bees had clashed in the heart of the jungle. Who would win such a battle? The answer surprised them all. The leopard was dead, killed by the bees and then the wolves. The tigress had driven the wolves away, but she had also claimed some of the leopard's remains for herself. The bees were dying, most of them killed by the wolves, but a few survivors clung to life. Who had won the battle? It was hard to say. The leopard was gone. The tigress had defended her daughter's honor, but at what cost? She had killed several wolves, but the rest of the pack had escaped. The bees had saved their home and killed the leopard, yet they themselves were dying. Each side had won and lost. The jungle waited in silence for the sun to rise higher in the sky. Slowly, life returned. Some animals ventured out to look for food. Others climbed trees to watch the sunrise. Still, none dared approach the clearing where the battle had taken place. That spot was now controlled by the bees. They buzzed anxiously around their hive, guarding their home with their lives. For the moment, the bees were the masters of the jungle. But for how long? Tigers marked their territory with claw and tooth. Wolves roamed the night, taking their toll of prey. Leopards stalked alone, killing their prey swiftly and silently. The jungle belonged to them, and the bees were just visitors. Sooner or later, the bees would have to move. But where would they find a new home? Would they be safe there? As the jungle awoke, life went on as if nothing had happened. The battle in the clearing had faded into memory. But in truth, everything had changed. The balance of power had shifted. The leopard was dead, the tigress had claimed part of her rival's kill, and the wolves had tasted the wrath of both the bees and the tigress. From now on, the jungle would be a little less dangerous, a little less predictable, and a little more wild. And all because of a thorn, a bee, and a single, fateful sting. What's the moral of this story? Many believe the jungle has its own laws. Animals live and die by them. If you enter the jungle, you must follow these rules. Don't kill what you can't eat. Don't steal another's kill. Don't pick a fight you can't win. Yet sometimes the jungle has surprises in store. A small bee sting can bring down a leopard. A single battle can change the balance of power. And even the strongest beasts must fear the wrath of a tigress protecting her child. In the end, it's a reminder that in the jungle, just like in life, nothing lasts forever. Even the mighty fall and new powers arise. Now it's your turn. What do you think? How would you deal with a situation like the leopards? And what would you do if you found yourself in the middle of a battle between wolves and bees? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you'd like to hear another exciting jungle story, click here.